proud to present to you the cast of I Dream of Jeannie, Miss Barbara Eden, Mr. Bill Daly, and Mr. Larry Hagman.
Please, no cameras. Just kidding.
Well, again, as yesterday, thank you guys for being here. This is great. And you've got another great crowd out there. I hope they all have lots of really good questions for you. And hopefully they're different ones from yesterday. Because sometimes that can happen. They're going to ask the same questions if they weren't here and they've got stuff they want to know. So how do you guys want to say anything first, or do you want to jump into questions and answers? Or?
Let's go. Let's go.
All right, you want to jump into it? I can barely see past the lights, so we are going to start. Are there anybody lined up yet? Questions? Come on, I just told you, you got to line up if you want questions.
Hello to your left. All of y'all have right here.
Oh, okay.
To the left.
Over there. Yeah.
Throughout your careers, you've worked with different directors, actors, producers, and the industry has changed a lot. What positive changes have you seen happen to the industry with regards to actually working in it, and what negative things have you seen in the industry? That's for any of you to answer.
I haven't worked that much in the industry.
Well, you were in Primary Colors with John Travolta.
Oh yeah,
Brilliant. He was brilliant at that.
that was movie industry. That hadn't changed that much. But you know, when we were doing Jeannie, there were only 3 networks, and we were on NBC, and that was the choices you had. Now you have 1,000 networks, you know. So it's very different, and it's different economically for everyone. I prefer it when there were 3 networks, to tell you the truth.
Actually, technically, I think there have been huge positive changes. Digital, a director could look at what he's shot immediately and redo it. Okay, Bill?
I'm sorry, I love these short naps. What's the question? No, I know the question. No, I don't think there's anything at all really to watch with the reality shows. I don't get that. In fact, the agents just all left because they were getting 10% nothing. So, and writing is everything, and I don't think there's all the good shows are just off. So it's a whole different industry right now. So there's nothing why I watch sports, and I love watching me though. That's good on reruns. So. I was so good. They were off. I didn't like them. I was sitting next to them.
Sorry I asked you, Bill.
No, it was great working up with those two. That was the great day. Because we could get away with doing the things we did, and we would just make up things, and the directors would say, yeah, that's cool, and she was so great, a superstar, and just let it work. We had a great time, so we couldn't do that today. So things have changed, and we're a lot older.
No,
She got younger all the time.
we don't say the old word ever.
Over here?
This question is for Barbara. I think you're beautiful, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
She's beautiful, by the way, and she's
Where are
beautiful
you?
here.
Good taste.
I just wanted to ask you, in today's TV that you have, you know, The Bachelor and The Real World on MTV, Rock of Love, all these scantily clad women running around, showing lots of skin. But back when I Dream of Jeannie was on, apparently people got bent out of shape because they were showing your belly button. And so I'm just wondering how you felt about that. And a second question to throw in is, do you remember anything about your work on the original Andy Griffith Show?
Oh, of course. I remember the Andy Griffith Show vividly. It was one of the best experiences of my life, and the best, as Bill says, one of the best written television scripts I've ever worked with. It's outside of maybe Dr. Kildare did that. I like that script. Scantily clad ladies. Okay. I kind of like them. I think they look really pretty. And I love Dancing with the Stars. I just love it. Yeah, the costumes and I think it's a step up. I don't care for the reality shows, honestly. This is a subjective, personal feeling. I like stories, you know. There are a couple of very good shows on TNT. One is The Closer. And the one that comes right after that, it was something, Rizzoli and Isles. Really good show. Those are new ones. No, Closer isn't new. I've been watching it.
Thanks a lot.
Hey, Bob.
Hi. Over here, on the left.
Oh, there you are.
To there. Yeah, it's there.
Up here.
Okay, sorry.
Stage left.
Anyway, you just mentioned Dancing with the Stars, and I wanted to know, Barbara, if you would ever do Dancing with the Stars if they asked you.
Never.
Oh!
Never.
And the reason I wanted to ask a question, I wanted to ask you guys, what was your favorite episode of I Dream of Jeannie?
We're all looking at each other. You want to start there?
Well, I always liked the Jin Jin, you know, the little disappearing dog. That was always fun to work, and I fell in love with that dog, and it doesn't take much to feed him.
And he married that dog and they lived ever that. And you certainly gone with a lot of dogs, I'll tell you that.
And guess what? I named my dog Jin Jin. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
I have a Labradoodle.
Oh, really?
He's chocolate brown, all curly. But he's Jin Jin. I didn't name him, my husband did. Because he knew that we had a dog named Jin Jin. He had no idea how despicable that dog was.
Used to shred my uniforms a lot.
Right.
All right. First of all, thank you for giving us this opportunity for meeting you guys. It's really kind of special. My question is, as character actors, when this first began, did you base this on somebody that you knew, or did you make it up as you went? And that's a question for each of you.
Well, I've been in the Air Force for 4 years, and I've been to military schools with the same uniform for 6 years before that. So I based it on me.
Well, I was in the Army, so nobody knows that. Everybody thinks I was in the Air Force, so I was actually an engineer in the Army. And I was in the Army, and I just loved the scripts. I don't know what Larry was doing, but he was acting. I don't know what I was doing. But I thought we were doing Bob Hope's Bing Crosby, doing those road pictures, but had the best time of my life. I was just kind of doing myself. I was playing with myself. I was playing. Little Freudian slip there.
Well, 2,000 years ago, I played me. I realized that Jeannie was a fish out of water, and I didn't, she wasn't stupid, she was very intelligent, but she didn't know this world. So that was a lot of fun for me to play. Her innocence and her zest for life and her love for ta-da.
Also, working with I've never worked, I was never the first thing I've ever done in acting, and working one of the greatest straight men of all time, Larry, boy, I not only learned a lot, but boy, that sure worked. Made me look awfully good, I'll tell you that.
Over here.
Hi, I grew up watching I Dream of Jeannie. It's a timeless classic, and of course, the biggest thing is, of course, it's a comedy. This was always very funny. What kind of experience did y'all have with comedy? How did you work with it? You know, how did you interject it into the storyline?
Well, I started off in the theater, in regional theater, in Florida and New Jersey, and I used to do a musical a week. We'd do a show at night and then rehearse during the daytime. And I did, I think, 50 musicals before I was 19. That was a great experience because you were working all the time and you were tired all the time, that's for sure. And it was a great experience, and I just, I don't know, I learned just by doing it, I guess. I worked as assistant stage manager and a singer and a dancer, and I put up the tent, and I lived in the men's latrine, and I was only making $28 a week, and after taxes, that was about, I don't know, 22, and I couldn't afford any place, so I bought a little cot and a mosquito netting, because down in Florida, mosquitoes would eat you up if you slept outside. And that's what I lived on. And I had a girlfriend whose father was in the customs service, and he would condemn a stalk of bananas every week, so I'd had that to eat. And